Hi reception. This is the third time I've tried filming this, so here we go. Fingers crossed it'll work. Now, we're going to do some writing today. I put that in your learning log based around the story Pirates Love Underpants. And there is a link in your learning log to listen to the story, and I'll read it to you tonight. So we're going to try, first of all, to compose a sentence. That means think about what we're going to write, and then we're going to write it. And we're going to remember things like how a letter sit on the line. We start with a capital letter, we end with a full stop, and we put spaces between words. We've also got to remember you're going to draw this in your book. You're going to draw a line in your page in your home learning, and you're going to draw the map, the picture of your pirate, and your pirate needs to sit on the ground, on the line, because we call it a grounded picture. They don't fly around in the air, do they, your pictures? They sit on the ground, the people. So we're going to come up with a sentence, and I've started it because, like I said, this is the third time I've written this. I've tried this video. It keeps stopping, so I'm going to leave part of the sentence there. The sentence I've decided to write is, my pirate has spotty pants and a map. So let's try. Now I started this. Can you see if I move it a little bit? Let's move you back a little bit. That's a bit tricky. I'll move my board. Can you see it if I move my board instead? Can you see my? Can you see there? So that's my. Remember we talked about I. That letter that's a tricky word because of that letter, that sound there makes lots of different sounds. We're going to use it twice in this sentence, and it's going to make different sounds in each word. So remember we started with our capital, my, and it's a tricky word. So my, we put a space, pirate. Now I've given you that word because that's quite tricky. My pirate, and then finger space, has. So we could sound that out. Has. Spotty. Now we're going to write that word spotty. Now I'm going to use a finger space because we need to leave a space between our words. That shows you know what a word is. Spotty. Spot-y. That's going to be the tricky bit. So let's write that, you know. What other sound can you hear? Or. And this is a tricky bit. Spot. It's a tall letter. And in this word, you actually need two of them. But if you only write one, that's perfect. But I'm showing you that you write two to make spot. E. Now, this is the tricky bit. Remember what I said at the beginning? We're going to use a certain letter twice. Now, if you were doing E, you may write the diagraph E. And if you do that, I would say bendy. Get it because you've listened to the diagram. But there is another way of writing E at the end of a word, and we've done lots on this in reception, haven't we? Poppy. How does Poppy's name end? And George, we've talked about your sister Molly and what her name ends with. I'm trying to think who else we've got. I know I've forgotten someone, so I do apologise. But it's a letter. It's this one. It makes lots of sounds, and in this one it makes an E. So let's go back and read it. My pirate has spotty pants. 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 That's a tricky one. What's it start with? Finger space. Now this is a tricky one. Pants. You can hear a S, but there's a little letter that goes in the middle, and you can't always hear it. It's a S. Now let's go back. My pirate has spotty pants, and you can do that. New word, but we've come to the end of the line, so we start a new line. We go all the way back. And easy peasy, you can do this. And R sound, and d, d, d. Remember which way round it goes. D starts with a curly cut. It doesn't start at the top. So that will always help you to make sure you write the d and the b correct. Then you go up. And A. It's a tricky word. It's not the digraph A. It's a tricky word and it's only one letter. So my pirate has spotty pants and A. That's right. Finger space. A. Map. Now look. Do you think that space is a little bit big? I do. I'm going to rub that out because we don't need a space that's too big. We need a space, but not a huge space. So I'm going to go a little bit closer. And a map. You can all do this. It's got 3 sounds. Map. And what goes at the end? Full stop. So there's your sentence. Now, we could even make it more interesting. So our sentence says, my pirate has spotty pants and a map. Now, what else could we write about the pirate? We could say, he is looking for gold. You know, he, you know, is, look, it. You can spell that, you know, all the sounds. Gold, oh, and there's a tricky bit in there. But if you use the digraph, that would be amazing. Gold. Or you could write, he has a pirate ship. Or he has a big pirate ship. Or he likes pants. Like is tricky though. So you've lots of things you can do. What I want you to do is I want you to think about your pirate. Draw me a pirate. Draw the line first. Get mummy, daddy or nanny to draw your line in your book. Halfway down, draw a pirate or a pirate picture. Doesn't have to just be a pirate picture. And you are going to write your own sentence, and I would like at least 2, about your picture. So try and make them really interesting, and that's your task today. And I will post another one probably later on in the week, depending on what's happening. So send me a picture of that. If I put my full stop in, amazing. See you later.